Hello, and thank you for tuning back in with us here on the Cali Photo Network. It's Southwestern traveling to San Diego Miramar to take on the Jets in the second conference game for the Jaguars. They open the Pacific Coast Athletic Conference with a win on the road against a good Grossmont team on Beaufortic. Back with Ramon Scott behind the mic. Mr. Scott, what did you take away from that last game, the big win against Grossmont, 61-46?
Well, the Southwestern Jaguars did a great job defensively in the first and second half and got the job done scoring in the second half. They did tack a few points on the end, made it a little lopsided on the scoreboard. You know what, Bo? Miramar's at home here. They're probably the better club coming in, but as it stands right now, Southwestern 1-0 in the standings, Miramar 0-1 in the standings. We'll talk about it more as we go along.
And Miramar, a tough loss on Wednesday in overtime against Palomar, losing 78-76. They control the tip, and this is a back-to-back road games to start the Pacific Athletic Conference, or the Pacific Coast Athletic Conference. Pull-up jumper, weak side rebound. Let's get to our starting lineups for Southwestern. It's freshman guard Charlie Barnes, the freshman center standing at 6'9" out of Oceanside, Paris Smith. The sophomore forward standing at 6'5" out of San Diego, Sean Sanderlin with the ball right now. Devin Lee and Harley Nichols, the same starting five. Paris Smith using his body well, down low, creating space, and gets the first bucket for Southwestern.
You want to see Smith get off to a good start. I mean, that's key to this team. Even through that 4-game losing streak, when Smith is going, Southwestern can move the ball well.
Smith had a half a dozen in the first half against Grossmont and then didn't play in that second half. Against Grossmont, nice turnaround jumper inside the lane. That's Jacob Doffing, number 12, for the first bucket to tie it at 2.
Hey, Bo, Doffing was the PCAC Athlete of the Week last week for his efforts in 43 points, 26 boards, and a pair of wins over Orange Coast.
And he shot 18 of 26 from the field. Looks like Miramar's in a 2-3 zone. Southwestern going to have to rely on a long shot. Paris Smith with the loose ball rebound and deflected to number 4, Alex Mirosini, and the finish down low again. Doffing now with 4, and Miramar with their first lead here in the early going.
Well, that's what they get from Doffing inside along with Milling. That's going to be tough for Southwestern to match up against.
Starting lineup for Miramar as Smith works down low, off the back iron, one and done. Cameron Berry, the sophomore guard out of West Hills. Alex Mirosini. This is Berry right here. Jack Elfstrom, Jacob Doffing, the freshman forward out of Wisconsin, and Jacob Milling, the 6'7" power forward out of France. This is Doffing on the box, trying to box Paris down. He kicks it. Mirosini off the mark, and Sanderlin with the rebound. Miramar going to stay in their 2-3 zone. Southwestern looking to rotate the ball around the perimeter, gets it to Nichols. Nice bounce pass down low. Great position, great pass from Nichols to Smith, and they tie it at 4. 3 minutes into the game.
Good look in there by Nichols.
Berry on the drive, uses his left, and Berry's first bucket, sophomore guard out of West Hills, California, averages 17 a game.
No,
and he gives Miramar
he's
back
one
the
of my
lead.
favorite guys, Bo. I'll tell you a little bit more about him as we go along.
That's a shot that Barnes is going to have to take eventually. They keep 3 around the perimeter. And a great job by Devin Lee attacking the basket. Freshman guard out of Irvine draws a foul. It looks like it was on the ground. That is the first team foul by San Diego Miramar. Score 6-4, 16:38 remaining in the first half. Sanderlin taking the ball out from under the basket. 20 on the shot clock. Nichols gets the inbound pass. Gets it to Sanderlin. He's one-on-one, backs the defender down. This is Chapman. Tries to get a pump fake and hits the bottom of the backboard. Berry in transition, got to stop the ball. Nice job by Lee. The kick outside from beyond the arc. And that's Artis Chapman with the triple.
Chapman, the sophomore out of Augusta, got a good look as Barry kicked it back out for that three-pointer, Bo. You know, we talked about coming in that, you know, Southwestern, you mentioned the victory over Grossmont, and of course, Miramar had a tough loss in overtime against Palomar. I think they're a little bit better than Palomar, but that certainly puts them behind a little bit to start off with an 0-1 record. But coming into this game, Bo, with Miramar at home, I think they could be considered a bit of a favorite here. Not that they didn't get off to this 5-point lead, but I think that Southwestern, look, when we put Southwestern against it in that
Mount Sac
game, yeah. Right? They came out with one of their best efforts of the season. If they could come on the road here, Bo, and get this victory and somehow start off 2-0, like I said in the beginning of the season, these are still the defending champs.
Miramar 6-3 overall. They lost that overtime game against Palomar, as my partner mentioned. Southwestern 4-9, 1-0 in conference play. They won their first road game on Wednesday. They were 0-3 before that. Now they were 0-4 before that, excuse me. Now they're 1-4. Long shot by Sanderlin off the mark, and Southwestern's one and done. The kick, Artis Chapman wide open again, and he bangs the three. Chapman is heating up.
I think it was Miracini that kicked it back out to him, and two easy looks back-to-back for Chapman.
Well, and both of those were dribble penetrations, leaving Chapman wide open. This is Barnes responds. Charlie Barnes, a freshman guard out of Clovis, responds with a three, cuts the deficit to 5. Smith, the defender, and the baseline jumper. Doffing now with 6.
Boy, good Doffing playing well. It's continuing to fall for him.
Paris Smith's going to try to go back at him. Lee on the drive gets deflect. The shot got blocked by Miracini. That's why it fell short. Doffing on Smith, or Smith on Doffing, that is. And Devin Lee's going to get called with the hand check with 14:40 remaining in the first half. Big shot by Barnes right there, as Miramar was on a 9-0 run.
And here comes some substitutions into the game. We're going to see Kevin Davis coming in. I think here's where that he's going to have to see more time against these big guys. To talk about Davis getting in there.
Yeah, Kevin Davis is in, along with our player of the game from Wednesday, Devin Hilliard, who put up 14. And the player of the game before that in their last home game, Deshaun Key, the freshman guard out of Torrey Pines.
Look, Bo, I think we saw after that game they were going to be in for it on that road trip. That was going to be tough to come out of that trip with a victory. That's why it was so important to get that season-opening win at Grossmont. And I was glad to see, I watched the game, and I was glad to see, some players step up. You know, you talk about Devin Lee and his growth, earning a starting spot.
Right.
Another start here.
Miramar drops back in their 2-3. Sanderlin working the free throw line. Last time we saw Grossmont in a 2-3, they ran an overload offense. 5 on the shot clock. Lee's going to have to put it up. Oh, no travel called. Sanderlin under the basket. And Sanderlin with the bucket cuts the deficit back to 5.
Hey, maximize that shot clock. Great job.
Nice movement by Sanderlin going baseline to baseline.
Yeah, man, Miramar's really packing it in, too.
Chapman for 3. That was a heat check after going 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. Hilliard slows the tempo down. Now Key's working the free throw line along with Davis. Hilliard on the drive. And the travel on the box. You either have to go up with that or dish it. He had Davis
I don't know if it's the white jerseys against our maroon, Bo. It just seems like they have just so many arms and legs in there.
Well, what it is
guys.
you got the courtside look right now, partner. You're used to looking at it from bird's eye view. This is what the players see on a day-to-day basis.
I don't think I've had seats like this since the San Diego Clippers were in town.
Miramar trying to work the ball down the Dauphin, guarded by Davis. The kick to Barry. Barry will fire away from three. And the rebound, Lee. Sanderlin, dribble drive penetration, kicks it to Hilliard. Lee gets inside with the left, blocked by Dauphin. Dauphin stands at 6'8", the freshman forward out of Wisconsin, doing it offensively and defensively here today. Barry on the drive, the finish. He has 4. All 4 coming inside the lane, 1 with the left, 1 with the right. Extends the lead back to 7. Cross-court pass to Hilliard. Hesitates. Goes baseline. Finds a wide open Sanderlin for 3.
Bo, they're going to find it tough if they want to keep trying to work it inside. I don't know if they've been told that kicking it out, that's exactly what we need to do. But it's hard to be looking for a shot in there right now. So that worked out great.
Sanderlin, a team high 5. Barry, pull-up jumper, in and out.
There you go, let's go.
And nice defensive rebound by Hilliard. Miramar got back in time on defense. No numbers. They'll slow the tempo. Southwestern could cut this lead in half with a bucket. Down 4. Hilliard on the drive, gets inside the lane, loses the ball. Regains possession. 5 on the shot clock. Lee to Sanderlin's going to have to make a move. Gets inside, no foul called. Davis on the rebound.
I thought Sanderlin earned the contact.
Kicks it in the corner to right. Yeah, I thought so as well, partner. He got hit. Sanderlin inside. Kicks it to an open Hilliard. That's a nice look. And Hilliard, nothing but net.
This is where the Jaguars are going to have to do their damage tonight. They're going to have to rely on that shot. So far, it's looked great, so that's very promising.
Well, back-to-back threes from Sanderlin and Hilliard were created by dribble drive penetration, the defense collapsing, and them having an open look from beyond the arc. So it's been the penetration that has opened up those shots, as Barry will head to the line to shoot 2.
Can talk a little bit about Cam right now. Bo, I'm so fond of him. His dad is the head coach at West Hills, and Cam, he's a big-time high school shooter, played at West Hills High, as you mentioned. And I thought about Cam because this game was coming up, but get this, Bo, you know, Cam, high game in high school was 53 points. I don't know if you saw this the other night, and that was at the time the 4th highest total by a Grossmont Conference player, but the other night, a kid, Derek Edmond of Granite Hills, went for 54. So Cam is now 5th in the all-time Grossmont Conference list. But Cam, obviously a big-time scorer, leading this team just, I believe, ahead of Dauphin in the scoring department.
And the 82% free throw shooter knocks down both free throws. He was the 2018 San Diego scoring champ, averaging 33 points a game.
Imagine that.
He averages about half of that at the junior college level, averaging 17. Jay Norton in the game for the first time, off the pick, kicks it over to Sanderlin for his 2nd triple.
Sean's feeling it right now. You can see the way he follows through. He thinks everything's going down.
Sanderlin now with 8, leading all scorers. Norton with the rebound. Score tied at 18. About 9.5 remaining in first half. This is Davis for 3. Near side, Roman Wright, drive line, baseline. Nice ball movement around the perimeter, long rebound by Barry. Barry kicks it near side, nice ball movement to the corner, weak side rebound.
There.
Right on top of the key, Barry wanted it right on the drive with the left. And Roman Wright, the sophomore guard, with his first bucket.
Nice up and under move there, left hand off the glass.
On that possession, Southwestern normally does a really good job on the defensive board. They gave up a couple offensive rebounds, which allowed Miramar with the bucket.
Yeah, but again, I said, Milling did push off on that board, but all's fair, contact underneath.
Sunderland cross-court pass, near side to Hilliard, 5 on the shot clock. He's going to have to pull it. Looks good and is good. Devin Hilliard.
I want to tell you something. Once that clock got under 3, he was going to shoot it. He knew he couldn't get a pass off. He just had to find an angle to put it up at.
Hilliard with his second triple. Southwestern back with the lead, 21-20. Right, far side. Now under 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Yeah, and the hand check. There's something to say about putting pressure on the ball, but when you see a player has his head down, I mean, he's not gonna hurt you from that deep.
Yeah, and there's no need for it right now because everything is going very smoothly, I would say, for the Jaguars. They actually forced the Jets into some ill-advised shots, forcing a little bit. I think the Jets have kind of short-armed and looked stiff on some of their three-point attempts.
Alec Archer in the game for the first time, and Barry with the finish down low.
Not my man Cam, however. He drives again and gets it off the glass.
6 points, all coming on drives. Miramar regains the lead, 22-21. Alex Archer in for the game, first time today. He sets the pick. Paris Smith back in as well. Sanderlin is feeling it. That's off the mark. Misses everything but the backboard.
Yeah, and you notice he didn't have the follow-through there. He knew right away.
He rushed it a little bit.
Yeah, he knew right away. He had missed it.
Nice hands, good defense by Southwestern. Roman Wright on the drive, the block by Norton. Looked like Wright lost the ball a little bit on his way up. Norton brought it down.
Yeah, still a shot attempt. He was chucking it up there.
8 on the shot clock. So we have 5 on the shot clock now.
Yeah. I guess it didn't start. Is that right? Now we still. Okay.
They're talking about the shot clock right now. Under 7 minutes remaining. Miramar 21, Miramar 22, Southwestern 21. Here on the Cali Photo Sports
Now, head
Network.
coach, I'll talk about.
Coach Geller.
Yeah, Coach.
17th season as.
Yeah, imagine this, Bo. Look at a man your age right now. Imagine being handed the keys to a whole athletic program right about your. Wouldn't you like to do that? I mean, you got big things going in life, but you could be an athletic director and look at what they've done here at It's beautiful facilities. They've had winning teams. He's already coached this team to a lot of success. So he's driving the engine. He's flying the jet. Yeah.
Athletic director and head coach for close to 20 seasons.
Instrumental in bringing different sports also to the Pacific Coast Athletic Conference.
I saw that.
Yeah. The Cam Barry, of course, he was my East County Player of the Year in his senior year. And Bo, I just remember doing an All-Star Game interview with him, and he's not going to miss this one, so I'll just keep talking. But Cam Douglas of Mount Miguel, that was the female coach of the year, player of the year. I interviewed them both. I said, I got my twin Cams right here.
Barry, first score in double digits. And Alex Archer on the box finish with his first point.
Talk about doing what the coach asks you, right? Archer has made his whole season based on that. I will say it now, Bo, he's been the most consistent player, I think, of the Jaguars.
I don't know if they called that a traveling violation or an offensive foul. Yeah, okay, they called the push off on Chapman.
So
yeah, Archer.
Yeah, what I mean, he's not been the most impactful player,
right.
but he's the guy that's not having the ups and downs either,
right.
like some of these. That's the concern, and maybe I'll ask you about if we get time. Is as different players continue to step up for Southwestern, how do you feel like? Do you think it's something where sometimes you need to rely on top players and know who to go-to guy is, but it's also said something can be said for balance as well. So
Southwestern is in their 13th game. I would probably say they've had more than half of those games with different starting rotations.
Yeah.
And in speaking with head coach Kyle Wallace, he's okay with that because they're running about 9 or 10 deep, which is fairly deep for a junior college team or just any college team for that matter. It's usually 7 or 8. The floater by Sanderlin, and Sanderlin is in the building feeling himself now with
Sanderlin
10.
like this before.
Yes, it's nice to see him have an impact here in the first half.
Jags in front.
Jags back with the lead. Now under 6 minutes remaining.
Knocked away by Sanderlin.
We've seen Sanderlin's offensive game pick up along with his defensive game. He's been the best overall player on the glass, points-wise and defensively for Southwestern.
Well, he's the most versatile athlete for sure on the team. I think it's safe to say.
Miramar drops in a man-to-man defense, so Southwestern will draw up a few screens. Down low to Smith. Smith, reverse layup, too strong off the glass.
I don't think I have a problem with the execution of that move. He just couldn't get the right spin on the angle.
Doffing, no travel call.
Great job by Smith.
Yeah, great job by Paris Smith. Defensively, Jay Norton. Norton from deep off the back iron. Barry elevates on that rebound.
I love the minutes that Smith is putting in here too. It's really what they need is more safe minutes from Smith. He did get beat there, but you know what I mean. They need his presence. He's starting to get gassed a little bit. Boy, Doffing has been playing great.
With 4 field goals now with 8 points. Miramar regains the lead 26-25 coming up on the 4-minute mark. Yeah, Miramar back in the man-to-man defense. Down low to Smith. Alex Archer on the cut.
That was ill-advised.
Didn't fully commit.
Yeah.
Didn't fully commit right there.
Don't foul here. Oh, my gosh.
Hilliard
okay.
on the block. Man, I didn't really see any contact.
I don't know, Bo. I mean, he was
airborne. They called Hilliard on the foul. If anything, it was on Sanderlin.
The two bodies were airborne, I think, when the contact came down. That's all. I just the shot quality wasn't there, so it didn't look
and that's
worthy. But
right, I would agree with that. It's one of the reasons why I wouldn't have given the foul right there. Ball doesn't lie, partner. I'm sticking with it.
We'll have more cliches at halftime.
And, I mean, if you're going to foul a guy, Miracini is a guy to foul. He shoots 54% from the line. And Miracini 0 of 2. So there was a foul, but no harm. Southwestern with 5 team fouls. Miramar with 2. Got a mismatch if we could get it back to Norton. Hilliard, jump stop inside the lane, off the back iron, rebound Barry.
He'll put himself in a space for a clear shot, just a little bit too strong with his elbow.
Norton on the defense. Poked away by Hilliard, far side, and it'll remain Miramar ball with 3:15 on the game clock and 14 seconds on the shot clock. Once again, we're coming to you from San Diego Miramar College, the home of the Jets. They're taking on Southwestern here in their both programs' second game of the Pacific Coast Athletic Conference. A baseline drive, blocked out of bounds. Nice help defense by Norton. Hilliard also doing a good job on the defensive end. 4 seconds on the shot clock. And too strong off the glass. Shot by Milling. He's scoreless in the first half. Archer on the drive, no foul called. Paris Smith, near side on the box. Turnaround jumper. Turnaround baby hook. Mirasini gets the pick, guarded by Norton. The hedge by Smith. Smith gets back in time. Long three off the back iron, rebound Smith. Both teams have gotten a little cold on the offensive end without any points in the last couple minutes, or at least without any field goals in the last couple minutes. Yeah, the offense looks a little stagnant right here.
Yeah, they've
Coach
really
Wallace wants to swing at Archer for the deep three. When they've been effective, you got to stop the ball right here. Can't let him get that deep. Good defense, though, by Hilliard. Good no call as well. Southwestern has some numbers. Jay Norton wide open in the corner for the three.
Give credit also to Archer ripping down that rebound and getting things started right there. Jags by a bucket. Minute and a half to go first half.
Southwestern with a season-high 6 threes in the first half. I would say at least 5 of those have come off of penetration and kicks. All 6 of those threes have been good looks. Barry will fire away. Tough shot by Barry. Good defense by Archer. Long rebound by Miramar. Resets the shot clock. Archer has the length. Stands at 6'5". The freshman guard out of Cerritos. Has a few inches on Barry. Mirasini far side. Spin move gets inside the lane. The no-look pass deflected by Archer. 11 on the shot clock. Kevin Davis will come back into the game, replacing Paris Smith, who put in good minutes.
You can say that again, Bo. His stats may not reflect the job he just did in the first half.
Trapped. Doffing goes up for the jam and is fouled on the shot. I didn't see much, but
right, because if anything, Doffing, he couldn't put that down. Now they'll have to make him earn it, but if you're gonna, well, maybe that's why the ball slipped out of his hands.
Could be.
Just suggesting that.
Doffing now has 9. He's a 95% free throw shooter. Is that good? Is 95% good? I mean, maybe if he's only shot like 9 out of 11 or something, but I highly doubt that.
Well, Doffing's had a great season. Of course, Miramar won their own tournament. Barry was the MVP. Doffing and Milling were both all-tournament team. I jinxed him. Good job.
Well, yeah, his percentage dropped to 90% now, I'm sure, after that. Doffing has started 8 out of the 8 games he's played. Or, I'm sorry, 9 out of the 9 games they played.
Well, he had to step up, Bo. He had to step up because Milling actually has missed like 4.5 games with a hamstring injury. So Doffing had to really take most of that role as the inside player. That's why I said it would be on Smith, because they have 2 legitimate inside threats on Miramar. I think that's why the tempo's kind of worked out the way it has for Southwestern penetrating and kicking out, because they're going to use those big guys and they can't keep up, especially when Southwestern spread it out a little bit.
We have a jump ball and the turnover by Southwestern, applying some full court pressure. Great job by Sanderlin in tying the ball up. And the possession arrow pointing to the Jaguars. And a Jaguar turnover. See if they could turn that into points. 6 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. They could go 2 for 1. Archer inside, pivots, and the weak side rebound put back by Davis extends the lead to 3.
They've got a good contribution from Davis in the first half. They're gonna need it in the second half as well.
6 players have scored for Southwestern. Make that 7 now with Davis's bucket. Southwestern up 3. This has been their largest lead here in the first half. Barry on Sanderlin. Kicks it near side to Miracini. He'll fire away from deep and hits the 3 before the half ends and ties the game at 30. And that will end an exciting first half, partner.
Well, credit Miracini. He really didn't have that great of a first half, but that's going to give him some confidence. Hit a nice shot because you figure Barry's going to be the man there to take that shot. He probably could have worked for his own shot. Instead, gave it up. Miracini, definitely a deep shot there, but got it off well with plenty of strength. Nice job. 30-30 at halftime. Really having a good time here tonight. I don't think we can pick a winner right now.
Yeah, both teams average about 60 points per game, so they are on that mark right now. We're going to take a quick break here. It's San Diego Miramar 30, Southwestern 30 here on the Cali Photo Network. Exciting half Southwestern has put together. That was fun. Yeah, that was good. It was like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like a little AAU. Like the vibe, the feel.
And it didn't stop. There's no loud.
Right. Yeah, it reminds me of a little AAU.
Well, this is where they have a lot of some tournaments.
I know. Yeah. They work both sides. Yeah, you can feel it.
There's room to put seats in here, and it wouldn't take more than what it already does. That's what it's saying.
I like it. Did Pablo leave?
Yeah, I don't know where he went. So
Did he have another event?
I guess so. I mean, it is Saturday night, so
It's Friday night.
Friday night DJ stuff.
Yeah, I guess. What was your takeaway, Erica? Let's hear Erica's takeaway.
That'd probably be the direction that I'd go.
What was your takeaway, Erica?
She probably was busy.
No, that's BS. What was your takeaway?
It was good. I was like, this is for sure the best changes.
So you saw that game Wednesday. What's different from this game that you saw on Wednesday? What would you say?
Well, I want to, because it was 40, it was like 22 to 21 at half.
It was 22-20 at half. Yeah. They were chasing.
And then it was like 41 to 26.
61-46.
So
they,
second half.
yeah, 40. Yeah, they put up. Yeah, 41. Right.
All in like the last 10 minutes too.
Right.
Yeah, they had a late run.
Yeah, I was, I'm trying to pretend like I watched the whole thing. When I tuned in, it was like.
You only tuned in when I was yelling at Erica?
4-point game. No,
Yeah.
I went back and watched it.
Right.
But I mean, when I got to where to a position where I was doing whatever I was doing, I probably some sports, watching some, but when I get there, 4 minutes, there's like maybe a 4-point game. I thought maybe even 2. So I probably watched one.
So I say let's get Coach here, huh?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
your side?
Kevin said, I want to shoot in front of that, but he said people might walk by.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, he's got to be here because who knows who's going to walk.
Oh, like right here.
Right here. Yeah.
Right.
People are still going to walk, so you have
Right.
to make sure you're.
Right.
You guys broadcasting somewhere?
We are.
Whose mic is that?
Okay, is that all for whoever?
Oh, just press the button. Okay. That's good. I think it's on. Mic test.
Who's doing it? Stay here, I'll grab it.
Oh, you can one time.
Balboa, they be doing it Balboa, some of their players. Balboa
Hi, Coach Kyle.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
It's a good game so far. Let's see how the next 20 minutes go.
All right, we're joined at halftime by Southwestern head coach Kyle Wallace. I want to break down this game a little bit, Coach Wallace, but I want to get caught up a little bit on the season, especially we talked to a couple players of the game after the Grossmont game, but just give me your assessment of what happened against Grossmont, stopping that 4-game losing streak.
I think we just played the right way in the second half. We played with some intensity. We played a little bit harder than we have before, and when you play hard, good things are going to happen. And, you know, that's what we try to teach them every day.
Well, we got another minute or two, so we'll ask you a few more questions as well. I want to know the rigors of a road trip, or several games on the road. We lost 4 in a row. We might have been knowing we were up against it, learning process, growing, but you learned some things in those games.
Yes.
Kind of resulted in some lineup changes as well. So tell me some of the rigors of that stretch of games.
It was always good to schedule the teams we scheduled. I put together a tough schedule for our guys for a reason. It was good to get on the road and get out of our comfort zone a little bit and play good teams, because I think it's going to get us prepared for conference. The lineup change was just something that we needed. We need some kind of new jolt, some kind of twist, and the guys that we've adjusted with, they've done a good job. But, that's why we got 14 guys. Everyone's going to get their number called, and when you do, you got to take full advantage of it.
Well, that's just it. And I was talking to Bo about it. I said, is it a concern, just between me and him, I don't know if I'll ask you the same way, but is it a concern that there is so much balance on the team, maybe we don't know how to rely on a certain person to take control? Now, here in this first half, Sean Sanderlin comes up big. He's part of the scoring barrage as we hit those 3-pointers. Is it a detriment to have so many contributions? Obviously not, but what's the thinking going into with that kind of strategy, just getting everybody involved? It's working in a situation like tonight.
It's obviously good when you have guys that can contribute, and more than 2 or 3, because it makes us tougher to guard. When you have one or two guys, you can kind of focus on them a little bit, take away their shot opportunities, and you make other guys beat you. But when we have 5 or 6 guys that are averaging more than 6 points a game, 5 points a game, you know, any night, if they're confident, they can score some points for us.
Sean's showing his confidence with his three-pointer, and they all are. Dribble penetration, getting it out, 6 3-pointers, kind of beating them at their own game a little bit, but they have the 2 big guys inside. The job that Paris Smith is doing, he has 4 points, couple of boards, but he was actually, to me, maybe the most impressive guy on the floor for your team in the first half, putting his body on those guys.
No, absolutely. They have 2 really, really, really good big guys. And our whole game prep was just making life difficult for them and making them take tough shots and using our length to disrupt anything that they want to do. And I think for the first 20 minutes, we did an okay job.
I'll say, is it something that you discussed, just trying to maybe try to get it inside against those big guys and hope? I mean, we're spreading out 4 guys right now on the perimeter, especially late in the first half there.
We're taking what they give us. Miramar did a good job of switching up their defenses, keeping off balance. I thought we did a good job of recognizing those defenses, getting the ball inside against the man. And then against the zone, I thought we did a good job of attracting the defense. We kicked to the open man, and we got knocked down the shot.
All right, Coach Kyle Wallace, like we said at the beginning of the broadcast, Bo, right now going into the game, Southwestern 1-0, Miramar 0-1 in the standings. This is not necessarily a big game, but sure would be nice to grab one. And can't pick a winner at this point. It can be a great second half. Coach Kyle, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with the second half in just a moment.
How long have you been doing this, Ramon? Too long? 30 years? 40 years?
Yeah, you know, I watched some of these guys' dads, I think. But really, Bo, I think...
Take away from your conversation with Coach?
Well, look, you pointed out the shooting touch that the Jaguars had in the first half, and I think that's one of the important things. With those big guys, you know, penetrate, those big guys can collapse. It really only leaves 3 guys on the perimeter. The Jaguars might not be moving the ball around the perimeter as well as they would like to. I think they want to skip it more, but they really need to rotate it more. Skipping it over a tall interior can result in some deflections, so they might need to move the ball quicker around the perimeter. They're still going to have to rely on 3-point shots, I think, in this game. You know, like I said, Cam Berry's a great shooter. They do have 2 nice interior guys on Miramar, but they also have Cam Berry, and as I told you, I mean, he really, really can fill it up when he gets the hot hand. I mean, like I said, he's 30-point average in high school, and like I said, I saw him score 53 points in a high school game. So, you know, he's averaging 17 right now, and look, having their other big guy back too, Milling, like I said, in talking with Coach Gaylor before the game, he had missed about 4.5 games right in the middle of the season. He played the first 5 games, looked very strong, as a hamstring injury. Tried to come back last game, could only play about half the game, had to come out nursing that hamstring a little bit. I think his minutes appeared normal in the first half. I thought the other big man played a little bit. He played many, many more minutes. I'm talking about Jacob Doffing. The 2 Jacobs, right?
Yeah, Jacob had 9 as well. He was effective in that first half. Looking at the scores for Southwestern, 6 threes in that first half, a season high. Devin Hilliard had a pair of threes. He had 6 in the first half. Davis had that late putback for his only bucket. Charlie Barnes had an early triple. Jade Norton had a 3 around the halfway mark in that first half. Alex Archer had a bucket down low. Paris Smith with a couple early buckets. He has 4. And then Sean Sanderlin, he got it going in that first half. He has a season high 10 in the first half, so that's good to see out of Sanderlin. You saw him going inside the lane and beyond the arc. And on the other side, it's really been Berry and Doffing. Their 2 leading scorers. Doffing averages 16 points per game, Berry 17. Berry has 10, Doffing has 9. Berry 4-4 from the line, 3 field goals made, and Doffing 4 field goals, 1 of 2 from the line. Artis Chapman hit 2 early threes. He has 6. And Robin Wright with a bucket. He has 2. Game is tied at 30-30. We're still about a minute out from the start of this second half. But strong shooting from Southwestern. We saw good defense, which led into some quick transition points as well. One thing Southwestern has kind of fallen short on a few games.
Hey, Bo, I got a minute and a half here. I can maybe make some predictions on the Pacific Coast Athletic Conference. Look, San Diego City is the team to beat. I think that's obvious. I mean, they're one of the top-ranked teams in the state right now, especially in Southern California. But, from there, I think there are several teams that can consider themselves challengers. Look, Southwestern, we know they're still building it up a little bit, despite being the fact they were the undefeated league champions last time. We know that they're not the same type of team right now, but look, they can get off to a 2-0 start. They'll be looking good. You can also look at teams like a San Diego Mesa and Palomar. They had the win over Miramar to start the league season in the first game, which was an exciting 78-76 game. So you got to look at those teams: City, Miramar, Mesa, Southwestern, maybe Palomar, Miracosta. Then you're down there with Grossmont, Cuyamaca, and I'm sorry, but IVC, they're going to be hard pressed to get a victory this year. And watch out, Cuyamaca and Grossmont. They don't want to lose. You don't want to lose to IVC.
Looks like both sides are going to come out with the same starting lineup. Southwestern, it's Nichols, Lee, Smith, Sanderlin, and Charlie Barnes. This is Cameron Berry, a nice look from beyond the arc. Rims in and out, long rebound by Doffing. So one thing Southwestern hasn't done well today that they normally do well is on the defensive board. The hook shot. Nice defense, nice contended shot by Paris Smith inside the lane.
Yeah, but those big guys are going to make it tough, even in the second half here. I think the storyline is clear. It's just that can Southwestern execute those three-point field goals? I think it's going to be key, Bo. That's the key. And this man as well.
Smith backs his man down with the left. Smith now has a half a dozen.
Paris Smith's contributions in the second half will come in more places than just the scorebook.
Yeah, he led the team in that Fullerton tournament with back-to-back games of 9 rebounds.
Guess it was a block there because he got his own shot back.
It was. The shot clock did not reset. The kick far side, open look, rebound Sanderlin.
I'm glad it worked out then.
Miramar has played mostly a 2-3 zone in that first half. They dropped back into man. The kick to the corner, and Charlie Barnes had his heel on the sideline.
I think we're going to hear something from Barnes. Like I said, the outside shooting was excellent, but they got a guy like Barnes. He did make one in the first half, his only attempt, right?
Barnes puts in about 23 minutes a game. Sanderlin is their leader in minutes. He puts up about 30. Smith is about second. He hedged. Smith puts in about 25. Nichols defending Barry. Good defense. The kick to Mirosini for 3.
Well, I guess that's back-to-back threes for Mirosini after making that three-pointer at the end of the first half.
And Miramar regains the lead, 33-32. About 2 minutes into this second half, that ball will be knocked out of bounds by Mirosini. Remains Southwestern ball under the basket. 13 on the shot clock.
See Nichols in there. He got the start. I think his minutes were not really there in the first half, but if he can make a contribution, we're going to need. I think he's someone also that may need to remain in this game, considering Miramar's lineup.
5 on the shot clock. Sanderlin between his legs to the cup. Blocked from behind. It hit the rim. Shot clock reset. I don't think Sanderlin realized that.
Yeah, he had a new shot clock, and he went for just a desperation flick that wouldn't be advised by any coach or fan in attendance.
Barry, the pick and roll, and the flush by Jacob Milling, his first bucket.
Yeah, the hamstring looked fine. Milling got an easy dunk, was able to get up, no problem.
So it's 17-13 remaining in the second half. Head coach Kyle Wallace calls a timeout. Miramar with a 35-32 lead.
Yeah, so Miramar, they've had some nice wins. They were 3-2 against teams above 500, and they've beaten a couple of ranked teams as well, Bo. So that's why I think they're just the higher ranked team coming in. Kudos to what Southwestern has built here and over the last couple of years before Coach Wallace took over. I mean, they've had good years in the past, but really stealing the title from City over the last couple of years. So Southwestern's been on top, but they've got to work right now to earn their spot. City's the favorite. And this game's going along. I know it's only the second game, but it feels like an important game.
Yeah, especially after Southwestern winning their conference opener and Miramar losing their conference opener. They could gain 2 games on San Diego Miramar.
Yeah. Palomar's definitely a decent team, too. I mean, that first game against Miramar, no fluke.
And Jacob Milling came out on the hedge, hip-checked Devin Lee.
Second foul on Milling, so they're not really too many problems right now. I don't see anybody really with any foul trouble.
Yeah, that's the first foul of the second half, first team foul for the Jets. 3 minutes into the second half, Southwestern with only 1 bucket. This is Harley Nichols. Pump fakes, kicks it to the corner. 7 on the shot clock. Sanderlin on the drive, puts it on the court. On the baseline, Devin Lee through his hands.
No, I think you give a lot of credit there to Artis Chapman for the defense that he played as Sanderlin tried to find some way to put up a shot.
And Nichols, after 3.5 minutes in this second half, will take a breather. Deshaun Key replacing him, the product out of Torrey Pines. Key was scoreless in that first half, didn't get too many minutes. But like he's guarding their
he's
best
responsible
scorer.
For Barry, no doubt about it.
Usually Archer or Key will guard the best offensive player from the opposition, and the foul on Doffing, he'll head to the line to shoot 2. The foul was on Barnes on the reach.
Okay, I saw Davis in there too, so I wasn't sure.
And that one in and out. Doffing, 90% free throw shooter, 1 of 3 from the line as Devin Hilliard comes back in the game, replacing Charlie Barnes. Doffing, short. 0 of 2 from the line. Game remains 35-32.
6 boards for Sanderlin tonight, Bo.
Devin Lee on the drive, gets a defender up in the air. Nice look, weak side box. And Deshaun Key is fouled on the shot. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Barry got ball, but Barry got hand. Key's going to go to the line.
This will be the first free throw attempt for Southwestern in 24 minutes. 24 minutes into this game.
Devin Lee, I think, had a trip, didn't he?
I don't have him. Okay.
You've got a lot of things going on. I mean, I think you're also the replacement executive producer here.
Key 2 of 2 from the line, cuts the deficit to 1.
He's not going to miss.
First free throws here in the second half at the very least. Lee might have had some in that first half. He's guarding Miracini. Trying to get the ball down low to Doffing, guarded by Kevin Davis on the box. Doffing, baseline, reverse layup, good with the left. Doffing now has 11. His height and length.
Watch
and
out, right? I
agility.
mean, there's going to have to be some resolution here for Southwestern if he's going to be able to work that.
Hilliard off the pick. You got to get to the basket off those picks. Southwestern not really getting to the cup right now. The hedge. Kick to the corner, that's Key for 3. Weak side rebound, Kevin Davis. Shot clock resets. Come on, boys, let's get to the cup. Hilliard. The drive, the kick to Sanderlin. I mean, at the very least, if you're not going to shoot it inside, the kick has been open. We saw that in the first half. Sanderlin just unable to connect. Ooh, nice spin move by Miracini.
No bucket. Sanderlin, he might just not getting the arm extension. He's really throwing it up a flat shot the last couple of attempts. So Not quite the confidence he was showing with those first couple of that he knocked down. Second foul on Lee.
Eight on the shot clock. This is Milling far side. Gets the pick from Doffing. Guarded by Sanderlin. Gets another pick from Chapman. Miracini pump fakes. Has to throw it up. And that ball didn't hit the rim. So it'll be a shot clock violation. No rebound for Hilliard. So about 5.5 minutes into this game, and Southwestern only with one field goal.
Well, that's okay. The game's definitely not gotten out of reach or anything. Look, Smith is on the bench. They just got to manage this at this time, and they've got to earn the points, though, that's for sure.
Hilliard at the free throw line. Good defense by Miramar, not allowing any easy looks.
Yep.
Hilliard elevates inside the lane for a bucket.
There was no doubt he was looking to back him down right there in the mismatch.
Hilliard now with 8, cuts the deficit to 1. Barry on the drive, kicks to the corner. That's Chapman. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
That looked like a replay when they did that in the first half, Bo.
Artis Chapman, the sophomore guard out of Georgia, with 9 points. He has 3 triples on the night. Extends the lead back to 4.
It's 3 for 4 from three-point range.
Hilliard pull-up jumper, rims out.
Five boards for Milling.
Artis Chapman will pull the trigger. Short on the shot. Hilliard guarded by Barry. 15 on the shot clock. Key with the pick. Hilliard gets inside. Turnaround jumper. And Hilliard, 4 points inside the lane on back-to-back offensive possessions.
I'm glad he found a shot. Lee was standing out there wide open, so I'm glad Hilliard found room and got it to drop. Again, you're looking to penetrate and kick it out, go with what was working in the first half, but that was a good possession.
Hilliard joins Sanderlin for a team-high 10. Barry baseline drive, poked away by Lee. Looked like he might have got a little arm with that as well. That is Lee's third personal foul as Jade Norton comes in to replace him.
Yeah, and it's funny because it looked like Sanderlin actually might have been in position with the steal, but Lee with the contact. You want to make sure you're keeping. This is a mismatch in here now. Good job, great job.
Great help defense by Hilliard.
Oh yeah, he realized it right away that his man was going to need help. And look, Miramar's got outside shooters, but they're not really canning it at all right now. They're relying on this inside advantage. Smith continues to sit.
Hilliard guarding Barry. Barry is scoreless here in the second half. Poked away by Norton. Norton in transition and the travel.
That was too bad. Hey, you always want your big man dribbling in the lane down here. That was great for Southwestern, but couldn't take advantage.
Norton was hoping Hilliard was going to cut to the box on the weak side, and instead Hilliard was going to the corner to create space. Just a little miscommunication by the Mission Bay players.
Well, I think maybe they thought they were in transition, and maybe they were thinking about setting up because the defense was getting back.
Right. Artis Chapman guarded by Key. And another miscommunication, that ball thrown away.
Yeah, it might be a turnover, but there's no doubt that Key played a big role in forcing that.
And Alex Archer back in the game, replacing Kevin Davis.
Davis done a nice job. Yeah.
Especially on the boards. And guarding one of their tallest players on the opposite end as well. Miramar staying in this man-to-man defense. They haven't dropped out of it this whole second half. 15 on the shot clock. Southwestern moving the ball around the perimeter. Norton gets his man down low. Reverse layup. Key just unable to make the shot inside the
that's real
key.
tough, especially when you got 4 arms. You got to get that ball through, but he thought he had it,
Yeah, and Geller doesn't like what he sees. The Miramar 17th year head coach will call a timeout at the 11-12 mark. It's San Diego Miramar 40, Southwestern 38.
Yeah, boy, I just want to mention the Southwestern women are 9-3
Very nice.
this season, doing a great job. Lynette Guerin, she was the athlete of the week last week. 25 points in a win over Victor Valley. Of course, Denalia Brown, she's averaging 22.5 points a game this season, doing a great job. So the Southwestern women, they're going to play City tomorrow before they get into PCAC play. Obviously going to be a contender. Southwestern Jaguars women's basketball. So down just a possession. This is a great scenario considering the circumstances. Like I said, I can't wait. I'm hoping Smith
I was saying the same thing
gets
that
in
last
soon.
game.
Go
and
ahead.
He didn't get any minutes in that second.
Well, Coach, what Coach talked about at halftime, playing his
it's
roster.
the offensive end and the defensive end as well, and he's liking what he's seeing out of this group of players, so he's just sticking with it. But Smith, with the athleticism down low of Doffing and Milling, Smith is just having difficulties on the defensive end. I think that's what Coach is seeing.
Well, I thought he's bodied them up real nice. I mean, these guys are hard to cover.
And that's Jake Elfstrom, his first field goal. He has 3.
Out of Liberty High in Washington.
Norton on the drive. He'll pull it back out. Yeah, Miramar sticking in that man-to-man defense. The drive by Hilliard, the kick near side to Norton. Norton inside, fade away is good.
Well, I don't want to say that's vintage Jay Norton right there.
6'3", sophomore guard out of Mission Bay with his first bucket in the second half. He now has 5.
Buccaneers looking pretty good this season.
Barry for the long 3 off the back iron, rebound Norton. At the halfway mark, Miramar 43, Norton for 3. Just didn't have enough on it.
Under 10 minutes now, Bo.
Barry in the corner. The switch to Key. Barry drives past Key.
Boy, yeah. He lulled him to sleep,
Yeah,
Bo.
and he's not fast by any stretch of the imagination. He's just quick with the ball in his
Well,
hand.
it's tough
that
because
first step.
once he draws out, you think you might get the step back.
Yeah, Barry, a dozen points. All 4 of his field goals on layups. He's had a couple attempts from beyond the arc, but that's about it. Sanderlin, baseline drive, gets his own rebound back, gets his rebound back again. His first shot hit the rim, the shot clock reset. Southwestern will keep possession under their basket with 9:05 remaining in the game.
Yeah, and Sean's filling up my stat sheet, Bo, with these rebounds. Nice job. He kept. Look, that's Sanderlin right there. The one thing I've learned about him is his relentless pursuit. Boy, it's not the personnel, Bo, but they really, for some reason, Southwestern seems to move the ball better on the right side than the left. Or maybe that's our unique perspective, but here again, more struggles.
Key, baseline jumper, Key connects.
Deshaun bailed him out of that one and keeps it within a 3.
Key now has 4. That was his first field goal of the night. Cuts the deficit to 3. Barry guarded by Hilliard on the drive. Blocked from behind by Hilliard.
Cam had a plan, and it was like Hilliard read his mind.
I was surprised Cam went up with the left. It was the help defense, I believe, of Sanderlin. Or maybe it was Norton, but he had to switch from his right to his left.
He switched it, right. As he was jumping, switched his shot.
3 on the shot clock. Miramar's going to have to put it up. The prayer goes unanswered. Hilliard in transition. Kicks it to the corner. Key for 3! Deshaun Key ties it at 45.
That brings the Jaguar bench to their feet for the second time. The other time was during a great defensive stretch in the first half.
Southwestern on a 5-0 run to tie it up. This is right, guarded by Sanderlin. Great job. Key, or Alex Archer on the defense. Great job contending that difficult shot by Arnell Diaz. Key wide open again off the back iron, follows his shot, goes back up, no foul call. There it is. Yeah, that was definitely a foul. Great job by Deshaun Key following his shot off the long rebound. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, look, there's a nice gathering of fans here. They appreciated the effort there.
And Deshaun Key getting it going in the second half. He has 7. Hit a couple free throws earlier in the second half, then a bucket, and then that 3 in the corner to tie it at 5. And when he was the player of the game against Mount Sac, he had 16 points, and all of them were in the second half. So that's what he's doing here today on the road.
Well, look, I think for Coach Wallace, there's growing pains a little bit, but I don't know. From seeing him, I mean, I know this is our broadcast. It looks like a pretty talented coach, and it's finding those combinations that's been what Southwestern has relied on when they've had those successful stretches. So, like I said, I pressed him a little bit so I could learn a little bit about this team at halftime, asking him, can you really survive when you're spreading out the minutes, spreading out the points? I mean, you don't do it by design necessarily,
no, of course not.
But you look at the minutes and the way it's broken down, and you look at our stars of the game. We joked about at the beginning of the year, boys, and we pick a star, but if someone is if we learn someone is a dominant player on this team, and then we want to take the second or third, but we've honestly picked a different guy because they've been the best player in each game. So I don't know necessarily. I mean, you can look at here.
Southwestern has 8 players in the score box. I would say if I were to talk to Coach Wallace at the beginning of the game, I would say 8 players are going to put up points for you. I think he would take that.
Yeah, and
Hilliard with 10. He had 14 on Wednesday. Sanderlin has 10 had 10 in the first half. Is scoreless in the second half, but Key at the line to shoot 2. He now has 8. The freshman guard out of Torrey Pines.
We've already seen, how Key can heat up.
Well, he's one of their top scorers and definitely one of their best defenders as he goes 1 of 2 from the line. But the bigger note, Southwestern back with the lead, 46-45 coming up on the 7-minute mark.
How about that?
No wraparound. Sanderlin wanted the wraparound. I wanted the wraparound, but the referees did not give the wraparound as Sanderlin reached on that. That will be his...
I think it's his first.
Yeah, first personal, so not a big deal. That is the 4th team foul on Southwestern.
I think he resigned himself to it. Once he knew he couldn't, he did not make the play,
right.
He said, well, I have to stick my arm in or I'm going to get beat.
Right.
So, and I have an awareness where I have no fouls.
Millie, guarded by Sanderlin. Doffing was on the cut. They didn't get it to him. Sanderlin tried to create the offensive foul. No call. 7 on the shot clock. They're trying to get it down to Doffing, but Hilliard doing a great job. Barry on the drive. And the offensive foul, great job by Hilliard setting his feet, creating the offensive foul on Barry. That was huge. That was Barry's second. Huge because Barry dropped it off to Doffing wide open on the box.
Yeah.
And the foul called.
I didn't notice. Did he get a shot up?
No, he was actually dishing it. But Doffing was wide open on the box, as I mentioned.
But Doffing never took the ball and even put up an attempt. I didn't see the end of the play.
He did it because the foul was called.
Okay, he just stopped. Okay.
Right. but Hilliard came off of Doffing to guard Barry, which led Doffing. That's why Doffing was open.
Look.
But Hilliard was on the ground. Paris Smith back in the game. Kicks it to Hilliard, back to Smith. Poked away by Doffing. Doffing runs the court well. Tries to save it. Saves it right into the hands of Key. Coming up on 6 minutes. Southwestern 46. Miramar 45.
Getting to that time, or even at this point, possessions. You don't want to come away without a great
high
chance.
Percentage shots. 10 on the shot clock. Sanderlin down low to Smith. Smith uses his body, backs down a defender, blocked.
You want to utilize Smith, but he still needs to find a way to get it back out. You see, there's 3 bodies on him, tall guys. There's got to be some room. I know their shot clock was running down.
Yeah, Milling, good help defense by Milling. Coming over and blocking that shot from the weak side. Barry almost poked away by Sanderlin. 10 on the shot clock. This is Chapman, baseline drive, and a silly foul by Hilliard.
Yeah. First of all, his defensive positioning was terrible. In fact, it was the second time it's happened, I think, this half, where he had given up the baseline and was totally out of position.
And Smith is going to come off. Replacing him is Kevin Davis.
But I don't think you can understate, if I could say that, Bo, the type of defenses that Wallace is throwing at teams.
And Chapman can't complete the three-point play. The lead remains 1, 47-46. Miramar staying in that man-to-man defense. Now Southwestern running that free throw extended offense. Key will fire away. Mid-range, short on the shot. Ball will remain once again Kevin Davis on the offensive board. Keeps the ball alive and keeps the possession alive.
For 6 rebounds, Bo.
For Davis.
Yeah,
nice.
3 defensive,
nice.
And 4 defensive and 3 offensive.
Key, good job by Key. Hesitates, tries to get to the lane, but is fouled on the drive by Jacob Milling.
I think that's 3 on Milling.
That is 3 on Milling. That is also Miramar's 5th team foul. Both sides have 5 team fouls at the 4:52 mark. Hilliard elevates on the inbound pass. A fresh shot clock. Davis gets it to Hilliard near side. Still got plenty of time. Key from the corner.
Yeah.
Too strong on the shot.
I think the little bit of a closeout that he saw made him change the trajectory just a little.
A low-scoring second half. Miramar 17-16 after both teams putting up 30 in that first half.
I don't have to tell you which team this plays the advantage to, Bo.
And both guys jousting down low. Hilliard gets called on the foul. He's doing a great job on Doffing. He's given a good 3 inches. Hilliard is. There's definitely a mismatch down low. Davis, the baby hook, short on the shot. Hilliard, spin move, gets inside, kicks it to Key for 3. Off the back iron. 1 and done for Southwestern. Now under 4 minutes remaining. And Coach Geller is going to call a timeout for Miramar. 3:55 on the clock here in the second half. Miramar 47, Southwestern 46 on the Cali Photo Network.
How's your finals? Is that what they do at your apartment? Is that what they do at your apartment?
And thank you for staying with us here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. I'm Bo Fertig alongside my partner Ramon Scott, bringing you today's action from San Diego Miramar College. It's the Jets 46 or excuse me, Jets 47, Jaguars 46. And partner, we talked about the offense is slowing down a bit, but I would say it's more the defense is picking up here in the second half.
Well, we know we're going to expect that from Southwestern. Miramar's kind of had to play into Southwestern's hands.
Right.
So, look, maybe tonight Coach Wallace is getting the better of Coach Gaylor here in this one. The young coach getting a little bit of the veteran coach, but that's not to say that coming down the stretch we won't see some adjustments. Like I said, I'm not sure that Miramar has found a way to play into their strengths. You're telling me that Cam Berry doesn't have very many outside shots? He's had to go inside.
I would say he's probably only thrown up like 2 threes, 3 threes at the most.
And then the combination. Look, Doffing was hot in the first half, but he only has a bucket in the second half, and Milling has 2 points in the game. So you're talking about your 3 best players right there, maybe not fulfilling their potential or expectations in this game. I know we're down a point, but I'd say if you wanted to say we got him where we want him, this is about as good as you can get it right now with under 4 to go.
Well, this is where Southwestern has won a few games and lost a few games in these last 4 or 5 minutes. Chapman, open 3, weak side rebound by Sanderlin, and the reach over the top by Milling. That is going to be the 6th team foul. Not so much the foul that was big on Sanderlin, but the fact that it was the 6th team foul and the 4th personal foul for Jacob Milling.
Bo, you mentioned how well Southwestern has rebounded on the defensive glass, and they definitely have, especially
they've shored that up
these
here
guys
in the
for
second
sure.
half.
Yeah.
And the turnaround jumper, Hilliard gets the roll. He now has a team high 12. 6 in the first half and 6 to go in the second. Hilliard leads all scorers with 12. Coming up on the 3-minute mark, Southwestern back with the lead, 48-47.
Hilliard's quickness, he really knows how to work for a shot. It's not always his best look.
Well, Hilliard does a good job of elevating as well. And we have a foul off the ball on Deshaun Key down on the box.
Well, I've got Hilliard 5 for 8 from the field tonight, so I will take that, obviously. I've just mentioned, sometimes when he moves in, maybe between the 14 and 16-foot range, he's not always in position for the best arm angle and putting his shot up.
And the 1-and-1, Doffing gets the shooter's roll. He is 2 of 5 from the line here today and ties it at 48. And Doffing, 2 of 2 from the line on this trip, gives Miramar back the lead, 49-48.
Doffing's had some points here tonight, but Bo, you talk about the rebounding like I just did. Doffing has been no factor on the glass.
Miramar drops back in their 2-3 zone. Sanderlin tries to use his size down low. Rebound. No, that was not a travel. Key got rid of it before he came back down. Alex Archer inside the lane. The finish! Great job, great putback by Kevin Davis on the offensive rebound. That's 7 rebounds, 4 on the offensive board, and Davis gives the Jaguars.
He has made the impact that I predicted. That was his play of the game right there, even though he's had an outstanding game.
Davis now with 4. Both of his field goals coming on putbacks. Milling for 3, rattles in. That's Milling's first 3 of the night.
5 points for him, Bo, all in the second half. 1:45 to go, Jets by 2.
Southwestern down a bucket. The pump fake, kick to Hilliard. Hilliard for 3!
Third 3 of the game for Hilliard. Coming off that game against Grossmont, man, Hilliard really stepping it up. He's hit big field goals here in the second half, and of course he had the big 3s early on as well. Great night for Hilliard.
Hilliard leads all scorers with 15 points. Hilliard 9 here in the second half. with that big three. That is his third triple of the night for Hilliard.
Well, we said that the key for Southwestern was to be hitting those outside shots, and I think that they've capitalized tonight. You mentioned how many they have, and boy, when you only have 53 points and you're making some threes in a game like this, it's going to be defensive-oriented, played to Southwestern's tempo. Let's not exclude that, right? Because we know that Miramar was averaging nearly 70 points a game coming in. They're going to finish well short of that.
Miramar averages 66 points per game, Southwestern 60, so they're both under their scoring marks, but I'd say the tough man-to-man defense always provides a little extra juice on the defensive end, especially when things are going well.
Yeah, I think you could see Bo coming into the PCAC race. Yes, I'll still say City's going to be that team to beat, but these are two contenders here tonight. Southwestern can put the 4-9, I'll say 3-9, right, back in the rearview mirror if they can get a couple of wins.
Coach Wallace was talking about their pre-conference schedule, and he said he might have stacked it a little too much, but in playing that tough competition before conference, it has definitely set them up well for the PCAC play. Davis poked that away. Oh.
Well, Doffing 3 of 6 from the line this evening.
That is Davis's second personal foul, the 8th team foul at the 111 mark. I thought Davis got a clean poke too, but looked like he got too much body.
Man, maybe
and
some.
Milling
Does he have some blood or?
Cut. Yeah, I would. That's what I'm assuming. I see heads.
That's unfortunate timing. I don't. They're gonna. Does he get 30 seconds? I don't know.
No, I would think if he. Yeah, you got to bring someone on. Normally in a situation like this, when a player comes off the court, you have to replace him. Or no, what it is he it looks like he has it. He had it on his jersey. It wasn't.
I mean, Bo, it can't be understated. I mean, let's just hope we can get this whole PCAC schedule played, given what's happened. The blood not withstand, talking about health issues, but.
Doffing gets the shooter's roll. He is now 4 of 7 from the line. Make that 5 of 8.
Yeah, now he's making them after some misses, and the
Miramar
Jets are back in the lead. Yep.
Regains the lead, 54-53 at the 111 mark. So 18 fouls for Southwestern, 16 fouls for the Jets. So at this point, after any foul, both sides will head to the line.
We've seen Southwestern now in some of these late game situations. We've seen them look okay, and we've seen them struggle. They've actually kind of pulled it out sometimes when it looked like they were up against it, and they pulled out. Remember the great shot. So
I would
like
say
I think Wallace
pre-conference has set them up so well for this position.
Well, we'll see. 111 right now.
I would not doubt an exciting finish. Stay with us. A minute remaining in regulation. Hilliard. The Jets drop back in man-to-man defense. It's worked well for them here in the second half. 10 on the shot clock. 50 on the game clock. This is Hilliard. 5 on the shot clock. Hilliard doing a lot of dribbling. Has to put it up. Poked away by Chapman.
Yeah, Hilliard wasn't able to create like he did that last time. In fact, he got nicked on the hand a little bit.
So we have about 10 or 11 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Miramar up 1. Cameron Berry guarded by Hilliard. Berry on the drive. The floater off the mark. Rebound Southwestern.
They're willing to play it here. They're willing to play it here.
No!
Oh, God, what a
The
save.
save.
It is stolen. Now you got a foul. Oh, boy. Well, I don't mean to put a curse on it, Bo. I'm sorry.
That had nothing to do with you.
No, of course not. But I'm just saying the sequence there, kind of what we described, though, right? I mean, the composure you need to look. I think maybe it was time for a reset there, right? Can we stop?
Or maybe a timeout. Well,
that's what
I guarantee you when Wallace looks back, obviously the flow. I think if he calls a timeout, he allows Geller to set up defensively. If he lets that play, it's just almost like backyard boogie. See what happens.
First trip to the line for Elfstrom tonight. He made that 3 earlier. Now we'll talk about it. Okay, so I agree there, Bo. Southwestern's not the best team in transition at this point.
No, they haven't.
The
They haven't
numbers weren't
found
there either.
Right. No.
And that wasn't even a start of a play. I mean, that was just you ran into the defense. You saw 2 maroon jerseys over there. I'll throw the ball over there.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, a Miramar player was able to kind of get in his vision, so he kind of threw it too far.
At the same time, in speaking with Coach Wallace, obviously they're 13 games into the season, but he's still trying to figure out a lot about his players in moments like this. So I think that had to more with anything else just to do with, let's see what you're made of, guys. Like, they've earned they've earned the chance to play that possession out. I mean, they would have been euphoric to come down and hit a field goal there for the lead. I imagine they were going to play for the. I don't know. Well, they were down 1, so a bucket, any field goal.
With 16 seconds, were they going to be able to compose themselves to play for a final shot?
Right.
I mean, is that what they were looking at, or were they just going to say, "I'll just take it to the rim," especially after the bad possession they had right before that?
Elfstrom rattles it in. Southwestern chasing 3. So 7.3. I think there's not enough time left to get a quick bucket and then foul again. So they almost have to settle for 3 right here.
Yeah.
Unless you can get down in 2 or 3 seconds on a layup and cut it within 1, but then you have to foul again. So it's going to be tough. We talked about 6 threes in that first half. Southwestern has 2 triples in this second half. Hilliard has a 3. Key has a 3. Sanderlin had 2 threes. We haven't seen much of Barn here in the second half. Really, their hottest shooter has been Hilliard. He was the MVP on Wednesday after their 61-46 win against Grossmont.
And Hilliard tonight is 3 for 3 from 3-point range. He's missed a couple of 2-pointers, but he's also made 3 of 5 from 2-point range.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: Southwestern, when they've hit the threes, of course, because of their offensive sequences. I'm not saying they're not great shots. We know that they're great shots, but I'm not sure that they've been great at setting up.
Sanderlin's going to take the ball out. 7 seconds. Yeah. This is Archer. Archer will get it to Davis. Davis will pull up from 3. And Southwestern just runs out of time. I'm not sure if the play was set for Davis. He's not really a 3-point shooter, but nonetheless, it was a good look. You're
not going to fault him for that because he had an open look and took it, and I don't think you were going to be able to get any other better play off at that point. So had to take it. They got an offensive board. They kicked it out to Deshaun, but there just wasn't any time left on the clock. Deshaun even tried to bounce and release, but the buzzer had already sounded. So I'd say a very, very good effort by Southwestern. I'd say the projected result kind of happened here tonight. Miramar holding serve at home, picking up their first win in conference. Maybe the slightly better team, but again, I'm going to continue to move Southwestern's rating. I'm going to give them some points for tonight's effort, especially their shooting tonight. Excellent shooting percentage-wise, and the threes all came at big times. There was a point where Miramar, they weren't necessarily going to get away. as evidenced by the final score. But Southwestern made those big baskets. You remember the sequence of back-to-back threes by Hilliard in the first half. So I think Southwestern can be happy with it. No problem here. You need this.
No reason to hang your head after this loss. Obviously, it was back and forth. I don't know how many lead changes we had, but it was at least in the double digits. And I don't think either team had more than a 5-point lead in this game. So it was back and forth all game. Looking at the scores for Southwestern, Devin Hilliard led the way with 15. Sean Sanderlin had 10 in that first half, was scoreless in the second half. He's one of those players that is, I wouldn't say inconsistent, but he's either hot shooting in the first half or hot shooting in the second half. We haven't seen a full two halves from him. And then looking at Deshaun Key, 7 points in the second half, all coming in the second half. Paris Smith, 6 points. Norton had 5. Davis had 4 on a couple putbacks. Southwestern drops to 4-10, 1-1 in the conference play. And the Jets improved to 7-3 and 1-1 in conference play.
Yeah. Sanderlin, 9 rebounds total. I thought his contribution.
Almost a double-double.
Yeah, I thought his contributions were excellent tonight. I really don't have a problem with the. You want to see some scoring out of him in the second half, but I think he did plenty of work to keep the team in it. Key started hot, but he missed 3 3-point attempts in the second half, and I don't know. I think those two were really the ones that carried the load. And you talked about Smith. And, I was worried because Smith didn't get the playing time, but as it turned out, the tempo of the game did change a little bit. I don't think that Miramar was as interested in going inside. Those big guys really didn't have a great game, I thought. Now, I know that Doffing is going to have the numbers, when it really turns out in the end. What'd you have him for? Not 15 points?
11, 15, yeah. He led the way for the Jets, and Barry had a dozen. So 15 and 12 from their top scorers, and Milling had 5 late. Partner, this is our last broadcast of the 2021 calendar year.
Well, happy holidays.
To you and the fans.
Yeah, well, like I said, I didn't know that we were going to come out here and do a couple of road games like we did, but I think chronicling this team moving forward. Remember, Bo,
we've definitely seen some improvement from their first game that we caught.
Yeah, well, remember, Bo, like I keep stressing, these are the defending league champs. They're not going to have the same record as they did last year, but I think they know they're a pretty decent team. I really think Wallace's defensive strategies make it so they can stay in a game like this. So I think going forward, they're going to be all right in this league race. It may be kind of a crazy league race. Some team is going to have to break out and emerge to be the top contender or top 2 or 3 contenders to San Diego City College, and it could be either of these two teams, or as I mentioned earlier, it could be teams like Mesa as well, or maybe Miracosta.
Well, the shining point out of these two conference games, Southwestern holding their opponents to under their scoring average, so that's very important. And once again, Southwestern loses 56-53, drops to 4-10 overall, 1-1 in conference play, and the Jets improve to 7-3, 1-1 in conference play. Once again, thank you to my partner Ramon Scott, our cameraman Kevin Bear, and our producer Erica Cardenas. I'm Bo Furtick saying happy holidays to one and all. We will see you in 2022. Good night.